Getting that November swag on.
Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, just caught me in my November swag, and November is, of course, an annual event involving the growing of moustaches during the month of November. Now, to raise awareness for men's health issues such as mental health disorders, cancer, and, of course, suicide. Now, we're back with Mason the Barber, and he's about to tackle G's beard. So let's get G in here, my man. I know he's been dying to get some of this action.
I just need a little TLC, man. Just need a little love.
So we're going to put the legend to the test, of course. I mean, he doesn't need to be tested as it is, but I'm dying to see what he's going to be doing for you. Obviously, you are looking for something just on the beard. We're doing a November vibe.
No, look, I'm not going to shave the schnorr just yet, but yeah, the beard hasn't had some TLC for a while, so a little bit of a touch-up would be great.
All right. And for you, my man, is this something that you're constantly doing? Touching up beards, especially with us leading into November? Is it going to be a hot request?
I think so, but I think doing just this, we're hoping to inspire some more people to let loose and just enjoy it and go with it and not worry too much about how they're going to look.
All right, G, you're not too worried. I'm going to give you the handout here just because your mic is covered and I want
You want me to sing?
It's a full-on performance, Archer. So, I mean, obviously, with regards to this beard and the end product, what exactly are we doing? What are we looking for?
So, particularly what we have today, I think I'd just like to focus on just leaving it a little bit heavier just towards the bottom. It's slightly patchy, but like we can find ways on how to grow the beard and to cover up the patches so it just looks more fuller. So all I'm going to do is just kind of just blend in the side slightly, clean up around the lip, clean up around these areas over here and just underneath, and we just make it look sharp again.
All right, okay, so that was something I wanted to ask you about, especially when it comes to like a patchy beard. I mean, I've got some hair on my face, but I know I've also got some of the patches of houlihan going on. So I'm dying to see exactly how you kind of blend that in. Is it a matter of like working in longer hairs with shorter pieces?
So there's this always uncomfortable period where it's growing our hair, even growing our beard, that there's this in-between phase.
Yes.
That's always difficult. Like you can't get rid of it. So you either have to just endure it or just keep it short and not have it at all.
All right, well, let's get started on this man's beard because I'm dying to see this jawline come back. And watching the man already he's got that flick of the wrist. There's like that fade action going on here, looks like it.
You must brace yourself because when I rock this schnorr, okay, I'll bring the 80s back.
Oh, is it?
You don't understand. I look kind of like Tom Selleck. Like, it's just, there's a vibe which... I don't know if there's a space in the world for Tom Selleck now.
I don't know if we're ready for that, man.
But, I'm thinking with the right Hawaiian shirts. But there's something to be said, and Jason and I were joking about this earlier, but generally when I would sit in his chair, there was a reason. I had a big show, I needed to get prepped for a big week, I needed to just check out for an hour. There's something about sitting in your barber's chair that is disarming and you can just be vulnerable. And I mean, the stuff I've told him, he hasn't ever repeated to anyone else. So I've proven that he can't keep
You know what's interesting? You mentioned that, and I think when we were talking about that panel discussion earlier, that moment where gents don't really have discussions and they don't bring up those important conversations about how are you doing, what are you going through. It's weird when you think about a barber being one of those places where you actually have some of the most honest, real, and rawest conversations. Jason, I'm sure you come as somewhat of a counselor as much as you do a hairstylist and a barber amongst that, right?
Again, this is something that I've watched my mom do over the years growing up, because I literally grew up in a salon.
Okay.
And I've seen my mom counsel so many of her
friends, not even clients.
Female clients who have gone through cancer, and having to just encourage them and say, like, listen, it's going to be a tough process. You're going to go through chemo. You're going to lose your hair. Why don't we start just removing some of it so that instead of losing this clump of hair, let's watch it go down stage by stage.
You must embrace it constantly.
So I've watched her do that, and I've implemented that in what I do with my clients. And not everybody's got cancer, but I've got young kids who are becoming young fathers and who can't tell anyone else. And there's just so many people who feel like jumping off a bridge and doing so many different things, and it's so tough. And we just step in and we help out wherever we can. Let's just have a conversation, say, hey, I don't know who else you can talk to, but you can say it here. It's a safe space, and also that's all we want to do is just create a safe space.
Oh, I love it. Well, there's definitely a safe space going on here. He's getting G'd up, and Jason's doing the things right now. So make sure you give Mason the Barber a visit on the first floor of 176 Main Road, Claremont in Cape Town. And then don't forget to book your Movember appointment at Mason the Barber via booksy.com. We're going to carry on bringing this jawline out. We'll see you in just a bit.